A Children's Guide to the 12 Shiva Jyotirlingas by Yashika Dubey. What are Jyotirlingas, Mamma?
To be honest, even I didn't know before. It was only after reading this book that I understood what it really means. And there is a really interesting story behind this. According to the Shiv Puran, thousands of years ago, Lord Vishnu and Lord Brahma got into an argument discussing who was more supreme. Seeing them argue, Lord Shiva appeared between them in the form of an Agni Stambha, which is an infinite fiery pillar or a pillar of light, which pierced all three worlds, Bhumi Lok, Swarg Lok, and Patal Lok. In search of the end of the beam of the light, they both went in opposite directions. Brahma took the form of a swan and went up towards the light, but could not find the source. On his way, he also saw a Ketaki flower falling, which told him that it had also been trying to find the starting point of the fiery column, but hadn't found it. Brahma gave up trying to reach the end and convinced Ketaki to lie to Vishnu that it had seen him reach the top of the light source. They both then came back to where they started. After searching for long, Vishnu took the form of a boar, could not find the end of the column in Patal Lok, so he too came back and admitted defeat and told Brahma that he could not find it. Brahma lied and said that he did find the end of the pillar and presented Ketaki flower as his witness. Seeing him lying, Lord Shiva appeared from the ignited column to punish Brahma. Shiva cursed Lord Brahma that no one will worship him even though he had created the entire universe. He also cursed the flower that it will never be used for his worship and thus has lost its purpose. Praising Vishnu for his honesty, Shiva said that he will forever be honored and respected by the people and he will be regarded as his equal. Then Shiva reduced the size of the lingam and it became a miniature so that people can worship it. So we can divide the word Jyotirlinga into two parts, Jyoti and Lingam, from this very story. So this is the story about the meaning of Jyotirling. But do you want to know more about the different places in Bharat that where these Jyotirlingas are? And there are 12 of these. So there are different stories for different of them. So which story do you think we should choose from these stories from the 12 Jyotirlingas?
Mamma, I think we should choose Kashi Vishwanath because I have also been there. The Kashi Vishwanath temple stands on the bank of river Ganga in Varanasi in the state of Uttar Pradesh. The city was known as Kashi in the olden times and has been continually inhabited for the past 3,500 years at least. Varanasi is home to the Vishveshwar Jyotirling as well as a Shakti Peeth.
Do you know Kashi is also called as Varanasi?
Yes, Mamma. The Kashi Vishwanath temple has been demolished many times through the centuries, most recently in the 1669 by the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb.
Yeah.
The present edifice of the Kashi Vishwanath temple was built by the noble Maratha Queen Ahilyabai Holkar. The Kashi Vishwanath temple built by Ahilyabai was constructed on a site next to the mosque. The temple, however, undeterred by its history of repeated destruction and restoration in the past millennium,
continues to be
the holiest Hindu pilgrimage. The story of the origin of this Jyotirling and temple are related to the story of creation itself.
Wow, I would love to know more.
According to the Rudrakoti Samhita of the Shiva Puran, Shiva wanted to split himself into two forms, the male form of Shiva and the female form of Shakti. Shiva and Shakti in their unseen forms created Purushara, who is Vishnu, and Prakriti, the manifestations of the world. Lord Shiva and Goddess Shakti instructed Purusha and Prakriti to meditate so that from their penance a beautiful creation would emerge and expand. Purusha and Prakriti set out to meditate but looked around and found no place to meditate. They asked, Lord, there is no suitable place to carry out our penance. How will we obey your command? Then Lord Shiva created a city which was 5 kroshas, an Indian unit of measurement of distance equal to 3 kilometers wide and long, and established it near Purusha in the expanse of the sky or space. Purusha, who is himself Vishnu, started meditating on Lord Shiva in this city to create the universe. As time passed, streams of sweat in the form of pure water emanated from Sri Vishnu's body. Because of his toil, pure white water filled the space and shrouded everything in it so that nothing was visible anymore. Lord Vishnu himself was surprised to see this and shook his head, wondering about it. A jewel stone fell from his ear, and the place where it fell is known as Manikarni, which became a holy center. As the holy water expanded to nearly submerge the Panchakroshi, Lord Shiva supported it on his Trishul.
Panchakroshi is 5 kroshas, and like this little one said, a krosha is an Indian unit of measurement of distance equal to 3 kilometers.
With the blessing of Lord Shiva, a lotus appeared from the navel of Vishnu and gave rise to Brahma, who, on the instructions of Lord Shiva, created the universe of 14 worlds from the cosmic egg. Lord Shiva wondered, how will the living beings of the universe who are bound to karma, which is actions, and the cycles of karma attain me? With this thought, Lord Shiva liberated Panchakroshi on the earth and established himself as the Abhimuktaling there. Shiva picked up Kashi with his trident and put it on earth, thus forming the city that we now know as Varanasi.
Yeah, and when you visit Kashi or Varanasi, you can actually see those 3 points or 3 mounts in the city which seem as if it is on a trident or a trishul.
It is said in the Shiva Puran that when a day of Brahma passes and the world is destroyed, Kashi city is protected by Lord Shiva on this trident and remains untouched. As creation resumes, Shiva sets down Kashi on earth again. The word Kashi came from the fact that it destroys our karma and the cycle of rebirth. Since then, the Abhimukteshwar Lingam has always been present in Kashi, offering salvation to everyone who visits it. In 2021, a mega corridor named the Kashi Vishwanath Temple corridor was built connecting Kashi Vishwanath Temple to Lalita Ghat on the bank of river Ganga.
Yeah, and it is on the riverfront structure with broad steps. Do you remember?
Yes, Mama.
We went there a few months ago and it was a beautiful experience. I think we all should go there sometime.
Walking down the corridor lined by buildings named after the 12 Jyotirlingas, we also cross Manikarnika Ghat, one of the holiest cremation grounds for Hindus, a reminder of our mortality and the cycle of life. The statue of Queen Ahilya Bai Holkar has also been installed on the corridor. And Mama, I also saw the statue. A rare 18th century statue of goddess Ma Annapurna Devi, which was stolen more than 100 years ago, was found in Canada and recently has been reacquired by the government of India and restated in the corridor.
Yes, do you remember we saw that too?
Yes. An interesting folklore related to the Shivling in the temple explains how the Shivling came to be established in a corner instead of the center. I think you should get this book and read it. It has really interesting stories. Mama, look, they say in the end of the story, take our quiz to test your knowledge on this Jyotirling. Please scan the QR code at the end of the book.
Oh, nice. Can you show me?
Yes.
Yeah, wow. Let's see how much you've learned about the culture, history, and geography. Wow. And what's more interesting is how they've pinpointed to the places, exact places, which are mentioned in the story, and you can actually visit them.
And they've also given the map.
Oh, wow. I would love to know more about all the other stories as well. There are 11 other stories, which means 11 other places. Isn't that amazing? Because this is not just a guide, it's a way to help the children understand Indian culture and history more deeply. As they explore the legends and geography of these sacred abodes, they'll gain a deep appreciation for the rich traditions and beliefs that have shaped India's diverse heritage. I hope you all loved this story as much as we did. Next Friday would be another new story, another new adventure, and another new place to explore. I'm already so excited. Till then, it's a bye bye from both of us. Bye bye.